Well, it probably went as bad as it could possibly go to start that first half. The weather's coming in. Josh Allen seems perfectly fine. Turns out it was all hogwash. All the McDermott and the Bills. Oh, you don't practice. I don't know. It's ridiculous. We knew it was ridiculous, and we still fell for it. Whatever. But bright side as the Vikings trail the Bills 24-10 at halftime is the Vikings, outside of the respective first drives on the offense and the defense, played about as poorly as possible the rest of the way and coached about as poorly as possible, but they're still in it. It's a 2-score game. They get the ball to start the second half. I don't know what adjustments they can make to try and slow down this offense, but they got to try and do something. And it would be really awesome if Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter had made the trip and played in this game, but I don't know. But Usa. It's one of those games where you're on the road, it's cold, it's miserable. Now, how do you react? And yeah, the Vikings, the last 6 games have won 6 in a row, 1-score games, have faced some adversity in a lot of these games. So that's been good practice. But now, what do? You're against a good team in their building. You're down 2 scores. Are you going to roll over and die, or are you going to fight? And that's what I want to see in the second half. And like the Vikings still may come up short. It's fine, but I want to see the players that do not quit. And we'll be watching that, man. So less than ideal first half, but sort of is what it is. And what we've been doing at halftime is doing a preemptive winners and losers list. So winner, Justin Franklin Jefferson. He's out there doing the damn thing, but they made some good adjustments. Jefferson does have 4 catches for 86, had that 46-yarder on a third down, also converted another third down, caught that touchdown pass, so that's fantastic. But they are starting to do a better job in coverage on him. They're starting to take him away. Tristan D, $5 in Super Chat. I'm sick of the Vikings not able to beat good teams. Well, game's not over yet. If you got a question or a comment, toss a couple bucks in the Super Chat. Winner number 2, well, I don't have these in order right now. Cam Beasley. So he almost had that interception, which would have been nice early on. Also, no ref interference on that one. Got him. But that fumble recovery where he had the presence of mind to get up and run, he's been doing well here. Derek Baker, $10 in Super Chat. I am HO, either KRC or Donato. We're ready for the Bills O&D game plans. Also, Bills getting away with so much holding. They really are on defense, especially on Hawkinson. They're letting him get away with murder. I actually shouldn't say that about the Bills because they had OJ. Whatever. I got Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin only has 3 carries for 11 yards, but he's done some really good stuff in pass blocking, including picking up that Hamlin blitz, which would have sent Cousins back to Elmira, New York. We'll see. Kevin O'Connell scripting. Vikings now have opening drive touchdowns on 6 of their 9 so far this season. Kinkene had a nice long kick return of 39 yards. Harrison Smith out here. Harrison Smith seems like the only one who's out there trying to tackle people. It just seems like that. I don't know. KJ Osborne had himself a couple nice grabs, 2 for 24. Could have been more. Jumping James Lynch is also doing some things. And then, so losers. Of course, we got to get into this. Anthony Sebring, $2 in Super Chat. How do you feel about the 4th-1 play call? Why no run? Exactly. So the Kevin O'Connell play call before the half, 3rd and 1. You're on the edge of the red zone. Either way, you can come away with points. But if you're going to, now of course this is hindsight because if Jefferson gets that second foot down on 3rd down, we're not having this conversation. But if you're going to go for it no matter what, why don't you run on one of the downs, especially 3rd down? Like if you're going to go for it on 4th, 3rd and 1, run it, especially since the offensive line is playing well. Dalvin and Madison are bashing fools out there. So why don't you run it there? I don't get it. And gave the ball back to the Bills. They had all the momentum. They can't stop Josh Allen from running. Ed Donatel's defense, man. So let's see. Stats-wise, so 24 points, but also the Bills are 4-6 on 3rd down. They give them 250 yards of offense, so they're on pace for 500, which is not good. And then, the fact that Josh Allen, that he can run. Like, this is not a shocker. So I feel like the lack of quarterback spy is just ridiculous, man, because you see there's no one in the middle of the field. Everyone is dropping into coverage, and it's just frustrating because 17, like, the pass rush can be getting home. Zadarius has gotten a couple of good pressures, but if they can't bring him down, which is hard to do because given his size and agility, he's going to run. He's got 3 carries for 46 yards, along 25. Help set up that touchdown before the half. It's ridiculous. Kikio Danielson, $20 in super chat. Woo. That's right, man. That's right. It's just uber frustrating right now. I think that Kevin O'Connell and Dontel are getting out coached, but I mean, they did good on the first drives, respectively. And Kevin O'Connell, they got to get out of this lull. And we've seen this many times where the offense comes out like gangbusters first drive and think, oh, here we go, and then just that beep. So I don't know if it's a blind spot for him, if it's something that he's getting used to, just calling plays in games. But the defense has been ass. Like I don't want to hear about we're a bend but don't break defense. We're tough between the 20s. You give it the red zone, you don't score. The Donatell defense has given up 15 straight red zone touchdowns, going all the way back to the Eagles game. Paul Allen pointed this out on the radio. 15 straight drives where the team gets in the 20, they score a touchdown. Not a field goal, a touchdown. So don't give me this BS about giving a bend but don't break defense. Derek Baker, $5 super chat. And you're right, Bills were pissed after losing to the Jets. They're fired up today. Vikes were ready for Bills adrenaline. I said last week I would have preferred if the Bills had beaten the brakes off the Jets, because the Bills are dialed in today, man. Kick coverage has been bad on one of them. And then, Johnson screwed up on one of them. The refs, I mean, the horse collar tackle on Kendrick's penalty, Kendrick's tackling Diggs. I didn't know that the lower back plate was part of the shoulder pads or the nameplate. I mean, Kendrick's had his hand where Diggs would have a lower back tattoo, and then they called a horse collar. That's ridiculous. I mean, Diggs sold it on the sideline, so I guess props to him, but whatever. And also, I mean, Hawkinson is getting mugged every single time. He even got called for an OPI, which was dicey at best, whatever. Ed Ingram, not only is he giving up pressures, he's stepping on Kirk Cousins' foot. That ain't good. The Jefferson fake injury touchdown celebration. Now, it's been pointed out by people younger than me that that's the trend on TikTok now. Someone just grabs their hamstring. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then Kirk sailing that interception. Also, he made a couple of bad decisions, throughout this game. It's rough, man. It's rough. But hey, all the Vikings fans who said, "Well, we want to face Josh Allen because we want to test best versus best." Well, you got him. You got him. And Josh Allen's elbow seems pretty okay. But hey, I guess Bills, congratulations on the gamesmanship, I guess, or something like that. They can't stop the run. They're horrible in the red zone. But other than that, things are really, really good. But now, like I said, like everything, you either win or you learn, and this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for the Vikings. They get the ball to start the second half. Can you go down? Can you get positive momentum? Ideally, a touchdown. Make this thing a one-score game, and then you go from there. Can this team actually make some halftime adjustments and get after the Bills? Because you certainly can do that. Even though the Bills aren't home, they can get got. Absolutely. And as weird as it sounds, like, can you make the second half as competitive as the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers allegedly made the second half against the Bills 2 weeks ago on Sunday night? Can you do that? Feels dirty to say that, but overall, the first half went about as bad as you could possibly. After the first respective drives, the touchdown drive and then the 3 and out, and then it went about as bad as it could possibly go. So now, I mean, is this team going to cowboy up? Is this team going to sack up and get after it like they have in each of their last 6 wins? Or they're just going to roll over and die? Be like, it's cold, it's wet, it's dreary, I want to go home, all that stuff, but we'll see. Well, we will see what type of team Kevin O'Connell has. Like, are they paper tigers or are they the real deal? We'll see, man. TC Hill, $5 in super chat. There seems to be no communication whatsoever on the defense. Vikes didn't show up to play so far. That's fair. Jake Stockland, $5. Can we tell Cousins stop forcing passes and think about it for a second, getting ready for his comeback skull? Yeah, a couple of the Cousins passes, they definitely seem like it was the second half of the Eagles game where he's just forcing things, trying to get back into it. Yeah. But keeping hope alive. I mean, this would be a hell of a comeback. Just imagine how many chains Kirk Cousins could be wearing after this. Trying to be positive. All right. We'll be back here for the post-game show as well as winners and losers. Hopefully it's not the Vikings, the losers. But we'll see you at the end of the game. Skol, production value.